Hi, I am making this video to raise awareness for sickle cell disease. It is September, and I want to raise awareness on sickle cell disease because I am the mother of a beautiful 5-year-old boy who also happens to have sickle cell disease. And I found out that he had sickle cell disease when he was 2 weeks old, and I received a call from our pediatrician that his newborn screening came back with him having sickle cell disease. I was totally shocked, as I knew I had trait, but my ex-husband at the time, he did not have trait. And I had been told all my life from every doctor since I could remember that trait was fine, and as long as I didn't marry anybody else with trait, that my children wouldn't have disease. So I thought it was safe. I thought my children wouldn't have disease, and that was a huge thing for me. My first son had sickle cell trait, and I said, oh, that's nothing, I have trait, not a big deal. My daughter was born, no trait. My third child happened to have sickle cell disease. He has SC type. My ex-husband has a mutation gene, so he has AC, one normal and one mutation. My last son happened to get sickle trait gene from me and the mutated gene from my ex-husband, and it gave him disease. There are other genotypes that will give disease as well. Navigating a life with a child who has disease, sickle cell disease, something that is considered rare but is actually the most common blood disease in the world, in America, has been really difficult, at times isolating and lonely. I have thankfully found a support system. I have joined a support group through Candace Sickle Cell Fund, and Candace herself has been a great source of information for me and support. I would recommend any other parent or caregiver or somebody who has sickle cell disease who needs support, definitely reach out to Candace. She has a webpage that you can access, and so much great information from her. She is a warrior herself, and she has had this one for over 20 years. She knows her lived experiences, and she has been a great support for me. And having that support group and hearing from other people, adults who have lived their lives with sickle cell disease, has been game-changing for me. You know, I'm looking at my 5-year-old, and I am learning about this disease every day. I'm learning new things, and I'm feeling all types of emotions. Recently, he had his first major sickle cell crisis, which left him in the hospital for almost a week. And after that, weeks of recouping and still having pain and weakness and being emotional. And there's so many layers to this disease that I had no idea about, and the impact that it has on the caregiver and the whole entire family. Support has been a game changer for me. When I am having fears, when I don't have the information, I can reach out and hear other people's perspective and learn from their lived experiences and from their knowledge. I also have navigated multiple credible sources of information. Sickle Cell Disease Association of America is also a great place to get information. I also advocate with other agencies that I had found on my own through searching. Sickle advocates legislators for funding and awareness for sickle cell disease as well. Candace Sickle Cell Fund, as I mentioned, sickle cell medical advocacy also is a great option. If you need help while you're in the emergency room, they'll advocate for you for your pain. There are so many sites that do different things that you might be able to find some information, but for me, I know that these organizations, being involved with them, I have been fulfilled in my advocacy work, as well as finding support amongst like-minded people and caregivers and sickle cell warriors. I would recommend reaching out to a support group. That feeling of being isolated, I just remember that feeling. I don't feel that way anymore, thankfully, that support system, because I have friends and family, but having a child with a lifelong disease where they're going to have acute and chronic issues, having people who have similar experiences and understanding is different than having support from people who are in your life and your loved ones. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but I find that people don't always have the right things to say, and they just want you to feel better. And I know I get the prayers and the well wishes, which is great, but being able to cry to somebody and say, like, watching my child be in pain and feeling that helpless feeling, and having somebody to understand that and to have similar experiences and offer real lived experience and advice is so invaluable. It's not only your family support system, but for me, I felt a different kind of connection to these support groups. And you don't know what you don't know sometimes. So learning from others and hearing different views has really helped me be a better support to my son in his disease journey. And every person's journey will be different. I will continue to create more videos. I want people to feel like they're not alone. I'm here as a caregiver and a parent to tell you you're not alone. I hear you and I see you, and I've been there. I've gone through it, and there's no feeling like a mother who has a child in pain and you want to take that pain away. So on a positive note, there is support. I attend Candace's support group every month, and she has so many amazing offerings. Actually, while I was in the hospital, if you're in the hospital a week or more, they send you an Uber gift card. That was amazing. If anybody's been in the hospital or been with their child, they don't feed the parents everywhere, and you kind of get tired of hospital food. So it was nice to have your options of using that gift card any way you want to. So I want to thank Candace personally for really being a support, as well as all the other support systems that I have and who have gotten me through these rough patches through this journey. My son is only 5, and we've had a few hospitalizations. This past July was the worst of them. And I really did reach out for these support systems. I really did need to lean into that. You know, family was great, but I needed more. I needed more than what they could offer. And the understanding that came from other parents and people who live with this disease really made a difference for me. If you want to hear more of my story, I have a lot that I want to say, and I don't have a lot of time to say it in. I will have longer videos on YouTube, and I will continue to post. I just really want people to learn more about sickle cell disease and really have empathy and compassion for people who live with this disease, as well as support the caregivers and the patients. So September, Sickle Cell Awareness Month. Thank you so much for listening to this video.